Hey guys, Dalton here with another video. This time we're going to be doing a bulb swap on this Mitsubishi housing. So let's get started. First what we're going to do is get these clips undone. It's actually pretty simple. You'll need a flathead screwdriver. We'll just get that pried up. Now for this next part, there's no actual good place to pry it really other than on this side right here where the plastic's nice and thick and you don't run the risk of breaking anything. And there we go. Pops right off. Normally we would have to undo this screw right here for this connector, but this is a demonstration bulb that I'm using and the connector on this is busted. It'll need to be replaced in a later video. Next we have the screws that actually hold the bulb into the housing. So you'll see that there are two screws on the bottom left here and then a screw on the bottom right, as well as a screw up at the top. Next, we're going to unscrew the screw that holds this metal band in place. It runs all along the side of the bulb here and helps keep it from getting shooken loose whenever handling the bulb. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, it'll be really easy to remove this screw over here on the top vent. We're only going to remove one of these screws. The other one we're going to loosen up just enough to make that vent loose so that way we can just easily slide the bulb out. With that out of the way, the last step in taking the bulb out of the original housing is going to be to unscrew this screw that is at the very top. This holds in a little metal piece that actually sits physically inside of the bulb. It'll slide right out with no issue. Okay, and now that we have all that out of the way, the bulb should just slide right out of the housing. Yep, just like that, and there we have it. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm just going to be putting the bulb back in the original housing that I just took it out of. Excuse the misaligned shot here, I was having a little bit of issues getting that to line up through the camera. Okay, and you can see it a little bit better there. Once I get that cable moved out of the way, the bulb will slide right back into the housing, right where it was. So we left that vent screwed on right there at that top left because if you try to take that off, that vent, it can be a pain to put back on. It is just way easier to try to slide the bulb in and out of its slot there. Alright, now let's just get this tightened down. If my hand looks very uncomfortable in this position, it's because it was. Some of these things can be kind of a pain to get held down because there's a lot of tension working against them. Excellent, now we just need to tighten up the screw we didn't take out all the way. We just want to make sure it's nice and tight so that the bulb doesn't shake around. Yep, that should be good. Next, we're going to take that small metal piece that we took out of the top earlier and we're just going to slide that right back in. It should easily sit there because there are some little nubs on the plastic bit of the housing that the metal just kind of slots into. Right, and there we go, just like that. Right, all we have to do now is get that screw in. Alright, now that we've got the screw in, here comes the test of dexterity. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get this back in that slot. You just kind of twist and wiggle it in until it turns, just like that. Now this part can be a bit of a pain. You know how I was talking about tension earlier? Well, this wire is going to have all of the tension on it. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to slot our screw through that little hole on the wire, and then as best we can get it into that hole straight so we can get it screwed in. I found it easiest to just kind of place my finger on it and get it shoved into position in order to get that screwed in straight. Definitely don't want to cross thread anything with this. Once you have things threaded in a little way and you're sure it's not going to pop back out at you, you can just go ahead and lift up the bulb and get it screwed all the way in. This screw, it can be a bit of a pain to get in. There is quite a bit of resistance on it because of the tension from the wire. And there you have it. That bulb is going nowhere. So the next thing to do is to make sure this cable is slotted properly through these little pegs right here. And perfect. There we are. That shouldn't get in the way. Alright, now it's just a matter of getting this closed back up by placing this plastic piece right back on top and snapping it back together. Alright, and there you have it. We've got it all back together. Normally we would have to now screw the connector back into place. It's pretty basic. The screw just kind of holds the plastic there and keeps it from getting loose out of its little slot. So, alright. If you guys like the video, definitely leave us a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment if you have any questions. Thanks again, guys, and remember, always choose Jaspertronics for your projector needs. Have a good one.